Hello, Dennis.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. This is Bill Hernandez with HardRockReviews.com here in Dallas, Texas. How's it going?
It's going fantastic. Nice to be speaking with you.
Likewise, man. Likewise. I've been doing some research on you, and you are certainly not new to the entertainment gig. And yeah, it's a pleasure to speak with you, man.
Well, you too, Bill. This is so cool, and I'm so glad we got this set up.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Let's remind everyone that today we're talking with Dennis Atlas. And I got to say, first of all, your name, the minute I hear it, I think of like a worldwide superhero. You know what I mean? It's definitely a name that I hear, and I would literally think like entertainment, celebrity. It's like a movie star name. You know what I mean? It just kind of has that roll off the tongue kind of feel. You know?
Well, I guess I have something to live up to, don't I?
Yeah, I think so. Now,
I really lucked out. My family is really cool. They gave me a stage name. It's my real name. I never had to change it legally or anything like that. That's my actual name.
man, that's amazing, bro. Now, you may be the newest member of Toto, but let's tell everyone that you've already become one of the band's most exciting forces. Joining as the keyboardist in 2024, you bring a rare mix of technical precision, creative fire to the group's live sound. And this spring marks certainly a major milestone in your career as you prepare to release your solo album titled Principle on May 15th. And that features collaborations with Steve Lukather, Joseph Williams, and many more. And the lead single, Violent Power, is already definitely turning heads, with the video also directed by Joseph Williams himself. And you and Toto are arriving March 7th to the Grand Theater at the Choctaw Casino in Oklahoma. And yeah, we're so excited to have you guys coming out, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's going to be a blast.
Oh, definitely. Have you ever personally played that venue before?
Not that one. We did play in Oklahoma at some point last year, but this year we're coming through with a whole completely different set list, which is super exciting. All new songs that the band. Well, I mean, obviously we still do all of the hits and all of the ones that people love and expect to hear from the band every time.
Hmm.
But yeah, all new songs that in between all of that, some of which the band hasn't played live for 30, 40 years.
Oh, wow. Some
So
deep cuts then,
yeah,
too, maybe. Nice.
yeah, some that the fans are getting real excited about. So it's a really fun time.
Now, as I mentioned, you joined Toto during the Dogs of Oz World Tour in 2024. And of course, you're stepping into a legacy band with a massive global following. What has been the most surprising part of integrating into such an iconic lineup?
Ooh, what was the surprising part? I mean, obviously, because there's the obvious things. I mean, it was just to say it was a major career step up and just a quantum leap in my life. It's it can't be overstated, and it it really it was just so huge and so wonderful for me. But it was kind of obvious that it was going to be that because everybody knows Toto and how outrageously legendary these guys are, and so stepping into that, it was like, wow, something's really happening here. So I'm not surprised about all that. I would say that what was some cool surprises along the way were that I came into it really to play keyboards and sing the high harmonies,
Hmm.
and then as we kept going, they really embraced who I was as a musician as a whole, and that was a really cool thing to see because there's a lot of bands out there where fans aren't so supportive of the new blood in the band.
Exactly.
They're
Yep.
they're kind of protective over the lineup that they know and love about the band. But with Toto, it's a different story. The fans really embraced the change from the get go. I never had to deal with any of that kind of backlash, and they I think it's because this is the band's way of doing things, is that when
Mm.
they bring someone in, they really embrace everything about who that person is and who that musician is. So the
Yeah.
fans are used to that happening in this band in a way that's very authentic.
Hmm.
So I didn't have to pretend to be the guy before me or one of the original guys. I really got to be myself, and they really embraced the sound of my voice. And then the lucky thing was, as soon as I opened my voice to start singing in that first rehearsal, Luke turned to the other guys like, he sounds like Fergie. So we started adding some of those songs from Isolation,
Uh-huh.
which Fergie is, of course, the singer from the Isolation album, their fifth album
Yes. Mm-hmm.
from 1985, I believe it was. So because of that, they started adding a few more of those songs from that album to the set, and had me sing either parts of them or all of them, or the parts that Fergie sang. And so we've been doing that the last couple of years, and that has been a really fun element and fun surprise to it. And then for me, the other fun surprise was that they all wanted to play on my solo music.
Right.
Which, I mean, I've heard of bands that are so not supportive of their members doing their own things on their own, or being creative outside of the band. I've heard of horror stories when it comes to that, and these guys were just the opposite. They were telling me, oh man, you got to put out your solo stuff, we want to help, we want to play on it, and we're going to help you be successful with it. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this interview right now if the Toto management hadn't set this up for me. So the fact that they were so embracing of all of that was a really cool surprise.
Now, when you first went in with Toto, were you already familiar with playing their music, or did you have to learn all of these songs?
Well, I was familiar with playing two songs.
Mm-hmm.
I had played Hold the Line, and I had played Africa in a couple of bands before. But other than that, yeah, I had to learn everything from scratch. And I was blown away at the intricacies of these songs, which some of which I had heard my whole life. A lot of them were just, somehow they were outside of my reach, and I never discovered them before. And when I did, when I looked up that set list in 2024, when I was getting ready to prepare myself for the gig,
yeah,
I listened to that set list and I went, where has this band been all my life? Because I was so into so many of the other classic rock and progressive rock bands, but this kind of jazzier side of classic rock, and it's kind of jazzier, funkier, R&B influenced thing, I just wasn't familiar with it. So when I came across it, it was like, wow, what is this? This is so cool. So yeah, diving into the songs and learning them was a really fun thing, and I learned so much about. I just learned so much as a player in learning these songs. So that was a new thing for me.
Now, we were talking about your upcoming solo album, Principle, which does drop on May 15th. How has working with your Toto bandmates on your own music influenced your approach on stage with them?
Yeah, you know what? It has influenced it. It's just kind of brought us closer together. It's made us more comfortable together. And I will say that whole experience, it was surreal, because it's like when I walk into Toto at 50 years into their career, they know a thing or two more than I know. And I didn't really have much of a reason to provide any kind of opinion or anything like that. People would ask me, my friends would ask me, so you're in that band now, do you get to make set list suggestions and do this and that, and do they listen to you? It's like, what do I have to
right?
What am I going to tell a guy like Steve Lukather that he hasn't already thought of in the last 50 years?
Sure.
So to me, it was like they were always welcome to any cool ideas from anyone in the band, but there was just never really, at the beginning, that it was like, I don't have a lot idea wise to contribute or anything like that. So it was always me following the leaders of the band, which is how it should be. These guys have been doing it for all these years.
Sure. When
they started working with me on my music, what a surreal experience that was. What a cool flip-flop, because they were like, oh, what do you want me to play on this, and how do you want this to go? All right, show me what your vision is. For these guys who've been in the industry for that many years, longer than me, to be asking me for my vision and helping fulfill that was a really cool thing, and just again, a really cool thing for them to be willing and wanting to do. So obviously their influence on the album was massive, and they brought those many years of experience, and all of them collectively to the album, so you could hear that experience on the album, and they influenced the album to go in a direction that I may not have been able to, well, I would not have been able to bring it myself.
Mm-hmm.
But then you asked a great question. How did that affect when we came back for the next tour and played together with Toto? It's just there's a little bit more of a musical understanding, a back and forth.
Sure.
There's just a deeper relationship there. So now those smiles on stage are just kind of filled with even more emotional content, to put it in a kind of energetic way like that. So yeah, it's cool. It's made it just an even more kind of band environment, which is something I really enjoy.
Now, in this tour set list, are we going to hear maybe one or two selections from your album Principle, or is it just straight Toto?
Well, you know what? Toto has, 15 albums of material to dive into, and on a long show, we only have about 2 hours or a little bit over 2 hours to dive into all of that. So I think it would be a little bit, what would be the word? It may be just a little bit out of perspective to try to include something really from any of our solo albums, but especially mine as the new guy.
Yeah.
So it really is focused on Toto. That being said, they are super cool in giving me my own keyboard spot. So there's a chance for the other guys to run off the stage and take a swig of water or whatever they're going to do. And so I get my own keyboard solo, and also our new keyboardist, we have two keyboardists in the band. So our other keyboard player, Ray Thistlethwaite, he gets a keyboard spot too. So there's two keyboard spots in the show he makes his super improvisational, and it's incredible. He's just this amazing improvisational piano player. He can come up with something and it's like, did you just make that? Anyway, in my solo, I decided to sneak in a little tidbit of one of the songs from the album. So technically speaking, yes, you will hear at the show, you will hear a little tidbit from one of my songs, but it's more of an Easter egg within the realm of within the world that is portrayed of all of the Toto songs.
A little bit of a hidden gem in there.
Yeah, you gotta listen for it and find it.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I got homework now. Now with Toto's music reaching new generations, and I'm sure when you're doing these tours, you're looking out and you're probably seeing 3 generations of people there, because a lot of kids in their teens and stuff are discovering Toto's music, and of course with I can't. Bro, I'm 55, so my brain isn't where it's supposed to be half the time. Because we recently the remake was done of Africa, which brought a lot of younger people into their music. What do you hope younger fans take away from seeing the band live, especially at a show like this one in Oklahoma?
Well, I hope that the younger fans get the same thing. The biggest, greatest thing I can hope is that younger fans, when they see this band, that they get that same euphoric feeling that I got when I saw my favorite bands for the first time live, or even videos of them. There's something that is irreplaceable and undeniable about watching musicians play on stage and seeing that audio to video, not video, to a visual connection, saying, oh, that's how those notes are created, and watching those harmonies being created live on stage, and the intent of the song being put across by those performers, and you standing in the same room as them. There's something magical and undeniable and irreplaceable about all of that, people can fear technology and all of the advancements all they want, or they cannot. They can not fear those things, but this is something that is this is a reason not to fear that, is because this is something that's irreplaceable. There's no machine that can replace the human experience of watching other human beings performing this art, this entertainment that we call music, live on stage. So if they can take away that from this experience, and rock music is just such a great platform to do that. There's so much enthusiasm, excitement. There's such a live nature about it, with the drum set on stage and with the guitars and the keyboards and the live vocals. there's something about that is just it's a feeling that is irreplaceable, and that's that same feeling that I discovered that inspired what I wanted to do with my life. When young people come to the show, I want them to get to experience that same thing.
Well, you couldn't have said that any better, Dennis. And again, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with me today. It's been an honor, a pleasure. I've been back with the band before, so I'm going to reach out to Steve Karras and see if he can let us come back. And this way we can put a voice with a face and say hello. And one question to get a preview of your album, your solo album, is Steven handling that also?
Yes, yeah, he'd be the guy to send you that.
Okay, great. And when May comes around, hopefully we can talk again about your solo album.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good. Feel free to use any tidbits from it in the interview, because it's kind of a to be honest with you, it's kind of a badly kept secret because the album's not out yet, but we're putting it at the merch booth, so people are hearing some of the songs. So yeah, don't be afraid to put whatever you like into the interview in little tidbits, not full songs necessarily,
sure.
But Steve will tell you what to do. He's the guy with the strategy there. But
all right, And in support of your album, I'm going to pick one up at the merch table.
And there you go. Thank you so much, man. I can't wait to see you there.
All right, sounds good, man. Thanks so much, Dennis. Safe travels to you and the boys on the road, and we'll see you soon.
All right, you too, Bill.
Later, bro.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.